What's going on, guys? Danny here from Metal Couch, bringing you a classic album reissue review today. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming remaster reissue of Death's Scream Bloody Gore from Relapse Records. I was fortunate enough to get my copy a few days early in the mail. They sent out a nice picture disc, and Death. Death is a band that has been a part of me reviewing metal albums for quite some time. I reviewed my first Death album in, I think, September of 2011, which you probably can't even find out the source on that because that old YouTube channel, all those reviews are locked. But Death has been around for a while on my YouTube channel, and this right here, their first studio album, has been like one of my favorites from their discography since I've listened to it. I never got around to reviewing it, which for some reason is really weird. But this right here is probably my favorite Death album, maybe close tie with Leprosy. Spiritual Healing definitely being underneath both of those. And with Relapse going through and remastering all of their back catalog and then finally getting around to this, I immediately jumped on a vinyl release of this album because it is amazing. You can find a whole bunch of stories on the internet crediting this album as being the creation of death metal. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. I don't really care because it's just a great album. Now, when it comes to remasters, how I like to review things is I like to listen to the original and then listen to the new product. And when it comes to Scream Bloody Gore, I find that really the only differences are some slight cleanup in the production and a little bit of a volume boost. Not as much as like with Metallica's remasters, which I'll probably get around to talking about here soon. But this is definitely a good reissue. It is incredibly faithful to the original production while updating a few things here and there. And it doesn't really have a very sterile remaster sound like what you would expect from some other bands' back catalogs being brought into the digital age. So that's all I have to say really about the quality of the production on the remaster, other than just it's good. It's a really, really good remaster. Relapse outdid themselves with Scream Bloody Gore, and it's an album that I absolutely love. Whether you fancy Mutilation, Regurgitated Guts, Evil Dead, or even the title track Scream Bloody Gore, if you are into death metal, you should own this album. It is a 10 out of 10 album for me. I can't believe I never got around to reviewing this because that's how good it is. And the quality of the vinyl is great too. I put it on the turntable this morning to listen to it for review purposes, and I didn't have any skips whatsoever, no pops, nothing. Just an awesome quality vinyl here. Even though I kind of hear iffy things about picture discs every once in a while, this is one that I couldn't pass up because it was incredibly limited. So I'm going to go on ahead and recommend and say, hey guys, if you're into metal, if you're into death metal, if you even if you like death, or even if you want to get into death, I would say pick up this album first rather than going with something like Human, Symbolic, which a lot of people would probably steer you towards. I would definitely say go with this one first. I know that there's really not that much in this review because I'm just talking about the remaster quality. Not much has changed from the original release. There was, however, two things that I noticed. I remember my first time listening to Scream Bloody Gore, there only being 10 tracks. There are a dozen on here, and I had to look them up, and I guess when it came to CD, they threw two bonus tracks on there, Beyond the Unholy Grave and Land of No Return. I had never heard those songs before, and now they're here. They are on this vinyl, so for those of you who don't have that CD or just don't have those songs like I did, hey, here's two bonus tracks that are actually pretty good. And with this release and with Doom coming out last Friday, I kind of feel like that this is not a coincidence that one of the best death metal albums ever made and the return of one of the goriest, demonic first-person shooters ever made. It's no coincidence, and I'm probably going to be popping this on the turntable my next day off to play some Doom. So Scream Bloody Gore, it's a fantastic album. This remaster is great. If you have any questions or just a comment on this review, go ahead and leave one down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you give it a thumbs down, I don't really care. Just throwing that out there. Let me know what you guys think when you finally get your copies of this in the mail, because I can't believe that it came super early. Like, they just shipped them out last Friday and it's already here. So I wonder if other people are going to be getting theirs early. If you do, let me know in the comments below. And man, I should probably do some more reviews sometime. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing out. You know, I actually haven't signed in to the Metal Couch page for quite some time. Let's look at a comment here. They still think that I'm fat.